Yeah, assalamu alaikum to everybody. How are we doing? How are we day? Mm, we are up again to basically discuss about um, you know, the Nigerian situation and how it relates to us as a people, how it relates to us. I'm so honored to be here once again. So many things are happening at the same time, so many things. But one of the things that I think I want to take a look at today is the fact that many people have the opinion that Shore is a CIA agent. Mr. Charlie, you're welcome. I want to invite everybody who can join the live should join the live. Um, do you really believe that Mr. Shore is a CIA agent? Mr. Charlie, you're welcome. I believe say you don't hear this rumor say Shore na CIA agent. Um, and it is basically based on so many things. Many people have mixed feelings about this whole thing. Um, that Shore is a CIA agent, and how do we want to have a CIA agent as a president? God forbid. As if our problem is not enough. Bringing Shore to into the mix as a CIA agent, and of course, if actually is indeed a CIA agent in the first place, then we have a cause for concern, really. And we have so many things to worry about. Oh, well, how do I switch this in? So yeah, we have so much to worry about. If if at all Mr. Shore is indeed a CIA agent, you're welcome powerfully, Charlie. Once again, it's been a nice time having a discussion with you. On Civic Space. Civic Space is a very interesting platform that gives room for everybody to have their own, sell their candidate basically, and of course, address the Nigerian people based on recent developments with respect to political development. We discuss politics here all the way, and there's a reason why, because we understand that politics is basically responsible for most of our problems. Education, when it comes to infrastructure, this the standard of living of the people. Politics is responsible for everything. All right, everything at all. Just name it. Whatever it is that you think of, politics is at the very center of it and is responsible for either the availability of it or the unavailability of it. We heard that, not even heard. Oyinbo won't fail me. Fuel is now over 1,000 naira. Where I did, I still bought yesterday 1,200 naira per liter. I was told in Ibadan, in some other part of Nigeria, it goes as far as 1,500 naira per liter. But well, we are in an election season, and election season comes with those that we want to make our leaders. And the earlier, the better we start preparing, getting our minds ready to know the sort of people that we want to elect into office, the better for us. And of course, we don't want to make the same mistake again. All right. When we make one mistake, it's normal. But when we make the same mistake two times, then it is abnormal. All right. It is very, very abnormal. And that is why I think every allegation must be scrutinized. The allegation now is that Shore is a CIA agent. That is, he is sent to Nigeria by the government of America to carry out a special mission. And of course, we know what that means for the Nigerian people. What do you think, Mr. Charlie? Babe, yes, I can hear you loud and clear. Please proceed, sir. Jọ̀dákun, bó ni MP3 mi wà? Jọ̀dákun bá mú dákun. Ẹ ṣé, ẹ ṣé, mo dúpẹ́.
They want to drag, they want to draw also international attention. So the election will also go. It might be also a strategy that this time we will not hear anything about anything about this stuff. So it might be a strategy that trying to implement. Also, this answer ask a question: is it do we need to drag international that there will not be any misjudgment, any kind of the way they normally do the election and all this stuff? Because me, I believe that in a free and fair election, I don't see this present government doing the in a free and fair election where do electronic counting plus the manual counting as a as a just to make sure that it comes up because this has some countries people do the electronic counting and also the manual counting to cross check, double check to make sure everything comes together. If we do such a thing with a free and fair election, I don't see this government this is what I believe. I don't see this government winning because see what you just said now. See the threat of price and everything. And they're talking about fresh subsidy and all this stuff and all this stuff. People are still something. So I think it's high time now we sit back now and strategize how to save this Nigeria. Me, I'm really interested, honestly. Also, I understand that I keep on. I'm also of the same opinion that we must start thinking about because we all want the betterment of Nigeria. That's why we must start thinking of how to because the Sowore supporters and the obedient supporters, we have one simple goal: save Nigeria. This is what I believe. So because having seen what these APC supporters, they keep on doing some slim things. They brought out this guy. Look at the guy they brought up. You know what I'm talking. Go for me. Look at the guy they brought up to come and represent them. They keep on making silly mistakes all the time. Silly mistakes. It's like they don't even bring out. That time, people might say it's just a normal thing. They brought out Sheyi Love to come and represent them. You may have civil a guy that is not even into politics, the guy is beating okay. Because they are sometimes they don't even see them eloquent and intelligent enough. They just go there and they talk about themselves. Me. Look at this guy, he thought the other guy I think it was the Daniel guy. So you think you're talking to your fellow talking to the Nigerian journalist. You're ready for him. International speech, don't just come and say you want. The guy just went there and make a full dress of himself. At this point in time, I don't believe that because I start talking about this coalition between me and you guys. It's not like honestly, between the opinions and what are the people, let us come down mindset and all these things and think of how to save this Nigeria. I think it's something that whether no matter how the primary election goes, I think that Obi and because if you say for me, I don't just see so just being the president and just doing performing it's so difficult for him. You also need the politics. You need also the politics. Look at what is happening. Even there was a time when Trump at a point in America we are tired of the government. It's possible. We are tired of the government and they got a technical government to help them. In Italy they've done it twice. I studied in Italy, I'm living in UK. They do something sometimes. If you look at also, if you take Italy, they've done this technical government many times, where they will call for a technical government to come and help them. But they were tired of the politics. Tired of politics, and they call for things. There was a time even they were tired. They had to call for a military intervention during the COVID time. A military intervention to come and help the government. You understand me? So some governments do such a thing. Even America do such a thing. Also, they call for Trump that was a businessman. I think at this point in time, we don't want to be misinformed anymore. We don't want to be people. They can't be making just of us all the time. We are tired of this. So if we need to take the government by our hand, let's do it in a very civil way. Let's do it in a very strategic way. I think these two guys need to come together because knowing the kind of country we have, I still see Tinubu way. Honestly, I see Tinubu way because if you see 2023, the kind of wave that Obedient had, he was winning through the social media and everything. He thought he was going to win the election because yeah, I said he won the election. But after everything, Tinubu won. Okay, I'm coming. I'm coming. After everything, Tinubu won the election. But it's very funny because I think even this time, I still think he's still going to win this election. Unfortunately, so I believe that they should have a second plan. They should have a plan. Two guys. Because we ask me that the most youngest is that even though we still have some other people that are coming up, but what have they done in their own private sector? What have they done? What have they proven for us to know? But these two guys are, to me, these are the people that I sincerely believe that they will do perfectly well. So they should be thinking of a strategy problem. I don't know what you think, and also the viewers, if they start coming. I don't know what you think.
Well, you have basically expressed very legitimate concerns, and I can also second guess you on your observation. It's very important that as at the fundamental level we must look at, because if you are doing an exam and that exam has is a German question, as they used to call it, where you have options to choose from, and the question seems to be a tricky one, and you have like and in this case, let's say you have four options: option A, option B, option C, option D. What do you do in such a scenario when you have is a very tough question, and you first of all eliminate, if you don't know the exact answer. One of the things wey me I dey use, I don't know whether I'm the only one using that method. You first of all eliminate the one wey be say you are very very sure that is not the answer. You first remove the options that you are very sure that this one cannot be the answer. You eliminate that one. Then maybe perhaps you see another one that is no, it cannot be this one too. You eliminate that one. So it might not, you are not down to two that you are not sure of. All right. And at that point, you have to go for the one that most likely, is the one that you think, is the answer. All right. And of course, it will be based on certain parameters. All right. It will be based on certain, things that in your mind that makes you decide that, well, I think this one is the right answer. And you have just basically expressed that same thing that is happening in the case of Shore and Mr. Peter Obi. Many people have done that, elimination method, all right, to eliminate that. Well, that they don't think that the APC should proceed, having basically been in government for over a decade. They don't deserve, and all of the promises that they promised, it's all far, far, far. All right, so that one has been eliminated as an option. All right, people are looking at Atiku Abubakar. I'm like having so many reservations to say about him. Many people are not comfortable
Well,
about his
sorry to
candidacy.
interrupt.
Yeah, please proceed.
That guy, to me, that guy, that guy is just like a ghost, bro. Like, I don't,
You mean
I'm still here to understand.
Atiku Abi?
Yeah, I think I'm back. Yeah, I'm still here to understand his strategy. In every election like that, but there's something present. All of a sudden, we come second. We always close. But I don't understand his political strategy. Honestly, I don't understand the guy, but he's always there. Our political system is something I don't understand. The guy is always there all the time. Like,
His strategy
at
is,
this point in time,
is
all he
very,
just
very simple. His strategy is based on two things: tribe and religion. End of story. That is his strategy. He has a very huge network of so many people who basically are religious clerics in the north, especially, and even some in the south. And he have empowered so many people also. In fact, in Lagos, yeah, I used to see many of these our Hausa brothers that ride tricycle, some ride motorcycle. You see Atiku's picture prominently featured in their tricycle. That means that most likely somebody that knows Atiku or Atiku himself, or some people that have allegiance to Atiku, must have empowered them with such an equipment to survive. All right, and the same thing Kwakwaso, the same thing. So these guys, what their strategy is very very simple. They are billionaires. Come on, Atiku sold one of his company in 2023, I believe, for over $150 million. $150 million. So the guy is rich. On talk about richness comes with the ability to basically get people's loyalty. And in a country like ours, where everybody they try to survive, it is more easier to basically win people's loyalty. It is far more easier to win people's loyalty over just by philanthropy, just by good deeds. People see you as nice guy when you give them stuff. They don't even want to know the source of your income. So far, they benefit from you, and you are their helper in the Nigerian context. You are their helper. You are the ones that help them out of poverty. You are able to give them source of livelihood. They will begin to basically give you so much adulation, and what that translates is votes eventually. How about the Alpha that have over 5,000, over 10,000 people under him in the north that listens to
yeah.
his sermon? All right, he will most likely also say, well, we are going to this direction, and all of his congregation will go that direction. And of course, when that Alpha is also being used to distribute palliative to the people, whenever they need anything, they go to the Alpha, and the Alpha will dish out rice, dish out everything to them. So whatever the Alpha is saying is what they will listen to. So religion is number one. Number two is
Yeah.
tribe, and they will say, yeah, he's our brother. He's our brother. We have to vote for him, regardless, regardless. So, and this plays a very huge role in Nigeria. It's also played out in the southeast. Let's not even lie, because look at 90% of votes that Mr. Peter Obi got. It played out in the southeast. At some point, it does not used to happen in the southeast because majority of the southeast votes most likely used to go to the PDP bloc. Whether any tribe that they feature, there's a time they feature Obasanjo, the Southeast voted for Obasanjo. But Southeast is the PDP kind of oriented
Yeah.
state, right? Then when Yar'Adua also
Yeah.
came, they voted for Yar'Adua, PDP kind of situation. But in the last election, 2023, it was a different ball game entirely. And of course, that is why me, I will not be one of those that will be basically criticizing the southeast, right? Because they have been voting in different directions in the previous election. So why you want to denigrate them or perhaps demonize them for basically voting for their own this time around, which is very, very sensible. But in actual fact, how long do we want to keep looking at this tribal situation in every of our election?
Exactly.
And then is this sustainable? This is another thing entirely. And of course, can we really blame each other if and of course the only tribe that I've already been found wanting in terms of voting the same direction is the our Hausa brothers. And you can't blame them, pretty much. It's because they are one of the most disenfranchised places, all right, in terms of education and exposure. And their politicians, their political elites have done it intentionally to be like that, so that they can have huge control over them. They want to maintain that grip over them. And that is very, very unethical, but it is what it is. All right. But we must basically come to a conclusion whether or not what our decision is based on is factual or sentiment. But in politics, in most cases, even not only in Nigeria, in all over the world, sentiment plays a huge role in politics, in everywhere. And of course, this time around, the sentiment that I think I am noticing is that people are beginning to say, well, but they don't want to waste their vote on candidates that cannot defend their votes, because it has happened before. Many people were entrusted, they will have expected Atiku or Mr. Peter Obi to basically put up a fight against the system for rigging the election, but they did not do that. So they are saying that, well, it's not going to be business as usual if they decide to vote for them again now. It will be all about going to courts and all eyes on the judiciary. Many people are like, well, they are going to basically give Showore a chance. But I can see it, and it's not me making it up. I like to deal with what is staring at me in the face. I follow the indication wherever it leads me. I do not guide whatever investigation I'm doing. I want that investigation to lead me to where it is leading me, whether it favors me or not. I am a sure person based on what I have known about him. But if the fact on ground is saying that Shore is being rejected, I would say it is being rejected. It's scientific. If the fact on ground is saying that it's being accepted, I would say it's been accepted because I can see many indications. So there seems to be like the thing is still marinating at the moment. But you can look at it now. Today, Ednot is an obedient person, and everybody that knows Tunde Ednot will know that is a core obedient. But how can Tunde Ednot put up a poll and Chore is winning the poll? So I find it surprising too. Why would the Chore win a poll on Instagram that it does not even have a presence? Does not even have a presence on Instagram, and he's winning a poll there. The people who prefer to vote for him there than in any other place. So these are the indication I'm seeing. On Facebook, he will put out one single post. Before you know it, thousands of likes, thousands of comments. I say this one where they see, so they happened before. I think the person that was enjoying this kind of attention before was Mr. Peter Obi. Let's face it. In
Yeah, that's
2023, it was and every what's it called? Every skit maker was talking about every stick maker was talking about Mr. Peter Obi, Mr. Peter Obi. Thank you so much, best for the roses, Mr. Peter Obi. But it seems that this time skit makers even have the mind to criticize and to call out Mr. Peter Obi. So it's a different. The thing is taking a different direction. Please proceed, Charlie. Thank you, best for the roses.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Honestly, I've noticed
Saki.
this was the bit of the enjoy in the 2023 the election race and all these things. Yeah, people were they all came out for him also in social media. In fact, yeah, in fact, I was even surprised that he didn't even proceed to win the election honestly, because the way people were they were all
Toke
praising
sebo
him
kini
and
yen.
everything. So surprising. I was thinking that so what is at one point I'm also impressed. I appreciate his hard work. But the only thing remaining for Soul is that honestly I don't know. Honestly, if you ask me, is he ready? Mm, I still have my reservation. Honestly, the one thing
Yeah,
I know for sure is
please
that we have
be very very free to express your reservation. I'm not going to hold you back on expressing your
oh
reservation
yeah,
about him.
thank you very
What
much.
do you
Yes,
think are the
I always try to
reservation?
be
What
I
do
always
you
try to
think
be
is not
down.
is not doing right? Because me, I like to take the feedback. As far as I'm concerned, whatever feedback people say about him, let them lay it bare. Let everything be as very very straightforward as possible. That is how we are going to make
Yeah,
progress. All right. Any reservation I have is against every of the other candidate. I lay it bare. I make it very obvious. I make it. I bring out some of this, and of course, when it comes to Mr. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the current occupier of the presidency, I said it very very clearly. I said these are my reservations. When you make a promise, you don't fulfill
yeah,
it. Is a turn off for me. Once you have been able to serve in some capacity, and you cannot basically say this is not a sterling performance. Whatever he did in Lagos was not sterling, was not excellent. There's nothing like excellency about him as far as I'm concerned. And this is based on the fact that on international standard, on any form of threshold of measuring greatness, you cannot say that Bola Ahmed Tinubu in his 8 years government, and I'm in Lagos, I was born in Lagos. I experienced Bola Ahmed Tinubu. It was all a narcissistic kind of leadership whereby you guys like people. In fact, he was the father, the founding father of this whole thing of performative performances, trying to brand your picture. I can, ju- I it's still, the picture is still in my mind. You want to distribute books to students. Everything is branded by your picture. It is insanity. You want to give people biro, you brand everything by your picture, your party name. What do you mean by that? It's just crazy. Our laboratory was nothing to write home about. My primary school is crazy, and it is still like that till today.
yeah.
So I cannot see anything, and of course they will do some paintings and take pictures, just to basically give an indication that they are doing something, and they will reference those
They're
pictures
doing
that
something. That's
they'll reference that picture that yeah, I'm the one that built this school, and it's all aesthetics, nothing solid, right? So me, I have so that one is out of this. So I usually tell all the APC people that I have the privilege of speaking with, that these are my reservation. As far as I'm concerned, I will never vote Tinubu. I can never, and it was.
you know what I feel. I just feel that this Tinubu guy, he rebranded, especially when it comes to Lagos, he rebranded the Agbero thing. He rebranded it so much that it became
Yes.
I was born in Lagos too. The way we see Agbero was not the same thing like Twitter. He rebranded all of them. If you go to Abuja, he just took all of them. The same people, the same people.
Mm.
I have the same, mindset that you have. I don't think Lagos. I mean, Lagos. First of all, look at it. Well, Lagos is not even supposed to be now. So I don't believe that it was one that created Lagos, whatever it is. It's just what I feel. And it's just how it is. The numbers are there.
And of
What
course,
Tinubu is
it
doing
will come up with
in private.
all the analysts of APC and Mr. Tinubu will come up with all the
Uh,
statistics that Lagos is the best state, and of course,
exactly. They will tell you that they gave
on
you
paper.
blueprints, all these things. Man, all these things are just, they are just, I don't, I, no, I even they are, we have more even governors that even much even better. Even when it comes to private sector, what has that guy done? When it comes,
Are you there? Okay, yeah, I think you have muted yourself. Oh, maybe you don't know, so you don't mute yourself, Maga.
no, yeah, I'm here now.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
I'm here now. So I believe that what is he doing? What is he doing in the private sector? Zairo, when it comes to which companies has he invested in? We say
Ah,
okay, this is what he
have,
has
have,
done.
have you
So
not
try
have
to
you not seen his video when they said he invested in Econet? He invested $4 billion in Econet, and in five
I
years,
don't I,
and in
me I
5 years
don't
he got $9 million on behalf of Lagos State. Have you seen that?
honestly
Have you
I'm
seen
not
that
honestly I'm
video?
not about it.
I can send
No,
you the
I've
video.
never, I've never.
It is on this TikTok. It's on TikTok. If you just search for it, Tinubu investment video on in Econet. Econet at that time was like the Airtel of, it has metamorphosized from Airtel, from Econet to Zain to Celtel, to one other funny name. Then it is now Airtel now in the, so he said that he invested in it, and the on behalf of Lagos State government, and he reaped multiple votes of that. And that is how they usually make all of this. That is typical of Nigerian politicians. It's typical of them. It's all audio and nothing to show for it in terms of the quality of life of the people. In terms, look at it. How can you say you make that kind of investment and you yield that kind of yield, and you cannot point to even $1 billion worth of infrastructure that is basically earning the government over hundreds of millions of dollars a year? You can't point to that,
Exactly.
any of that in Lagos. How about
Exactly.
industries?
Exactly. I want
There
to
are
say
no industries. There are
exactly.
no
And that's what we call
you know
development.
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and we can go on and sorry to interrupt. We
yeah,
can
yeah,
go on and
yeah.
go on and go on. And, this guy people, what they, because whenever I hear them talk about numbers, it's very surprising. They talk about we want to give loans and stuff like this. But you forgot that giving this loan, how will this student pay you back? When you don't have industries, when they don't have some of these things, when they can pay back, they just keep on doing this. It's like that's why this government is just like a government that is growing without development. This is just the thing. They just want to do some policies whereby they don't even think about how it will backfire, what and how they even help to start it and boost that whatever they have in their mindset. See now, you want to give students loan. If you check out some of these developed countries, you give students loan. For sure, they're already sure they will get back their money back. But what like and how they get their money back? You know that their works they have industries in place whereby when they finish they will get back their money, but they have plan of getting back their money back. That's for sure. They have their already made. But what is it? What like at the end of the day, why I just feel that it's just wasting our money because we don't have industries. And if you look from from Tinubu's from his even from the history and everything, he doesn't invest. I don't see him as the economist that I don't see him like this kind of you know someone that is that intelligent enough to yeah, he's a political godfather, yes. His own type of politics to me is already gone back. That's something, for the olden days. It's not something that's possible anymore.
Ah,
That's why I always say we don't want to
is one of the pioneers of the format that is being used by politicians today. This old format of distributing
exactly.
or rice to the people. In fact, him and
Rice, come
Obasanjo,
on, that's what
they pioneered
you don't
this
say this all.
philanthropic politics that is going on now.
Yeah.
They are the pioneer. In fact,
Una,
if they are the pioneer of it and it has been working, many people will believe that they need to be given the respect. That you have to
exactly.
respect him. They now him bring up all of these updates. Where will they use now? And in these realms
Yeah,
of
man,
his in
exactly.
his sphere of influence among his fellow politicians, they cut cap for him because
And I tell you, so
he implemented
my
what they
feeling
are
is
benefiting now.
no, it's true. It's true. Exactly. It's true. And that's what they call it blueprint. That's what they call it blueprint. This is, doesn't make sense to me. You just keep on teaching them some holiness method. And this is what they keep on doing. See what I believe, for that guy's integrity, for this Tinubu to become president, I think that this second time, just forget about it. This is my own. This is what I even just for their own because the thing is that in the history of Nigeria, I've never seen a president that is so bad and you ask him for the second time and you change situation of things. It doesn't happen. It has never happened before. What would that guy do? See, what he has done right now, he has tested power because he was desperate about it. Yeah, he got it in other means. But I don't know, I don't want to even go deep into those things. But he's there now. But we're asking that, look, you are not giving us what we want. So for his own integrity, because he went into history, even for him to even to avoid, where is Buhari now? If Buhari is dead now, you give us Buhari. Now he took over him, and most of the things he promised, he has not. And this way I hold him, he has not given us electricity. He has not given us most of the things we ask him. Now for his own integrity, I just think that no, just forget about this second race. It's even better that it's okay. He lasted 4 years. He tried his best, and that's it. But if you go for a second, I think that's where people even this love that I think will just spoil his name. Will just spoil his name. If you ask me very well, because of the way Nigeria is, I just feel that we still win. This is my own feeling. The reason why we are here is to give awareness to people, make people understand that look, we can at least we can try to impact, we can try to at least make people understand that look, if they try to at least if they come to you and give you a bag of rice, come on, you are selling your own future to them. This is just the thing. You're selling your own future to them. You're selling not only your own, even the generation future to come. Because if you miss 4 years again, 4 years means that people will go further. Technology will go further. You know, development will go further. We'll still be, this part is dragging us back. Let us not. There are people that have this. There are people that have this mindset. They have this goodwill about Nigeria. They want to take Nigeria to the next place. Let's
Charlie,
not just remain there. This man
Charlie,
is no more fit
I
to
beg, give
go.
me
So
one minute. I beg. I want just stay 1 minute for your minute. Oh, I greet you because I'm
Salute.
at work. Charlie, what you said is true because if Nigerians are not ready to take over the power, I'm seeing Jagaban winning for the second term. I'm seeing him already. But if Nigeria said no, enough is enough, my brother, he will never smell that seat again. In generation, say we never smell that shit. That's it. Charlie, you are right. Nigerians are not ready. I think if Nigerians are not ready, Jagaba should continue. After he continue, finish, he should give it to Chetima. Chetima finish, he give it to his senior son. Then he should carry Nigeria, carry go. Because Nigerians are not ready. But if Nigerians are ready, Charlie, by now, we're supposed to see millions of Nigeria outside. And these guys will run away before 2027. But we are not moving. You will see somebody like Omoyele call protest. Nigeria will be laughing at it. Then you are telling me that these guys are ready. Charlie, you are 100% correct. If Nigerians are not ready, Jagaba should carry the go. But I'm not in support of him, oh, God forbid. But if Nigerians are not ready, my brother, what do you want me to say? He should carry go now. He should carry go.
But
Look
but
at the
but
senior
but but
son,
Oga Jimmy, how about Nigerians are saying that instead of Jagaban to continue, they rather go for the lesser evil of ADC? What do you think about it? That's also a possibility now.
my brother, the
Because me, if I were to
nice.
choose, if I were to choose Ogami, I would like to experiment this whole, and of course, I would have loved if Mr. Peter Obi emerged as the flag bearer of ADC or any political party, and Nigerians voting for him. Wait,
Host,
wait, make I land.
abeg, give me time. Just dey go work now. Make I just do abeg.
Yeah.
My brother, I don't know Peter Obi and I don't want to hold on him. Peter Obi is a citizen of Nigeria. I respect him 100%. Yeah. My brother, who know the God Almighty from heaven can give Peter Obi ticket? My brother, I know go enter that place because they know the way to manipulate. No, this is not the joke. They know him now. They know the way to manipulate and deal with him, and you know go cough. But you cannot deal with somebody like Charlie or somebody like Omoyele. No, because they don't know these guys. That is what the Nigeria don't really understand.
you have a point here, my brother. Sorry,
Yes.
you get one point. What I don't
If
understand
Charlie,
about
if he, Charlie contests with Peter Obi, my brother, I rather support Charlie than Peter say I support Peter Obi. Do you know why? Because Charlie is just neutral person. He win, he don't win. I will support him. I have a reason not to support Peter Obi because the people surrounding Peter Obi, these guys are the people we are looking for. My brother, are we a jokers? The answer is no. But the way we are doing things sometimes, it's like we Nigeria we are jokers. Charlie, Nigerians are not ready. If Nigerians are not ready, they should follow.
Yeah, sorry, Jimmy. Sorry, Jimmy. This is what I was saying before. There was a country here, where they call Italy. These people, they just did one day, just decide say no more, we don't type of politics. They just want they don't do it twice to save their for their government to be fixed and understand. They went for a professor of university. The guy just came there. The guy saved them for 4 years. They've done it twice to save the economy. Sometimes I got people just want to be power on
Boss, bye bye.
their own
Charlie,
politics.
bye.
Yeah, my brother, take care. And that's just the problem. If like what this guy is saying now, if we are not ready to save our own self, maybe that's the rule of the code now. And I think the youth now we need to come out. God. See, I just get goosebumps for body. Let's do something about this thing. See, honestly, sir, I don't even care about whoever comes here at this point in time. As long as it's not the same place.
But
I don't
but
want
but
to
but
be
but, but don't you think
and
that
my own is not I don't have any person.
don't you think that it makes sense that we said people are like, well, instead of Bola Ahmed Tinubu to continue, many people have preferred that we should have a change of hands. Like someone like me now, I wouldn't have preferred an Obi presidency over Shore presidency. But if it means that that is what would remove Jagaban from office, all right, I do not mind. And of course, I really want to experiment. I want Nigerians to experiment or have this sense of victory that they can actually vote out the incumbent if if they are to channel that energy to Mr. Peter Obi. I wouldn't prefer Atiku for any reason whatsoever. But let's say Mr. Peter Obi gets ticket in ADC, which is going to be a very, very hard one. But people are saying that he most likely port to another party. But the chances of doing that also is beginning to look very slim, because how can you say you want to move to another party when, as at last week, he just registered formally as a member of ADC? So that rumor is beginning to die down to a large extent. That is most likely going to stay in ADC to basically, take
And
the VP
you know
ticket.
what I'm scared of? I don't even see people even beating
Jọ mo fọlọ́run bẹ́ẹ̀ náà, mo
the
fọlọ́run
primary
bẹ́ẹ̀
or
bá
the
mi
election
pẹ́ ètè má yẹ kó ké.
for this guy.
Mi ì lo microphone mi náà, mo
So
ò
this
lo
guy has never
microphone
lost
mi.
any. He has never lost any primary. I don't I believe so. He has never lost any. I mean, any primary election before. So I don't see people even beating that guy. Atiku there. Yeah, honestly, sir, I don't even. Honestly, this is something else. See what you know. But you remember
Yeah,
what
as
PDP did?
as I
Oh,
was
sorry, let
saying.
me finish this one time.
Okay,
Number
yeah.
two,
Okay,
yeah,
okay, okay, yeah. What do you
yeah.
say?
Remember what they did? What they did at a point when they removed when they made PDP lost the that when they made this guy lost the second time. When they made Jonathan lost the
Good
second time.
luck. Okay.
When they come together, when they came together, I think why is that these guys can't just come together at this point in time and just take out this government from there? Number one. Number two, also, is that also a solution? Because we Nigerians, we are tired of them. Me, my own is that, like what this guy just saying here before. I just think we just need a fresh view. And sometimes, look at them when it comes to transparency and integrity. I think that's one thing that's missing in our political system. Integrity. That's why me myself, I'm standing for people. I won't lie to you. That's integrity. That transparency, and that is something that you really come to Europe to find those things. Their own standard of government. You come here, you come and look for those kinds of things. That's what I mean. This is one thing that is still missing our political system. Integrity and at least you are transparent. Honesty. And that's what is missing our will he win? If people will they allow him? I'm scared. That's just the thing.
I believe that whoever it is that people support, if it's really people's support, he can win any, even a fraudulent election, he will win. If people love you, they love you very much indeed. Even in a fraudulent election, you are going to win, and there's nothing the system will do about it. The best they will do is now to basically go out of character and basically go ballistic, that like they did in the case of MKO Abiola. They will go ballistic, and they'll basically want to, you know, overturn the people's will. That is the best they can do. And of course, that will be very, very embarrassing. All right. And I don't think the Tinubu government will want to face that embarrassment of basically thwarting the will of majority of the people. So if people want to really go for Mr. Peter Obi and vote for him massively, I'm talking about unriggable. There's something. See, what you call rigging is when is when the margin is still very close. That is when you rig. When the margin is at least 1 million, you can rig 1 million votes. But if the margin is like 4 million, 5 million, how do you rig it? How do you want to rig that? It is impossible. And in fact, many people will argue that that was how, Jonathan was able to concede that, this is a real defeat, because he did not see any way or perhaps rigging that kind of margin. The margin is so clear, right? And of course, if people can channel that energy to any candidate whatsoever, me, Mr. Peter Obio, be it Showore, there's no fraudulent system will be able to rig it. And that alone, it is a step in the right direction, because that way, number one, you have to avert the confrontation that you will have done to the system. You want to confront the system, all right? Confront the system will mean that you want to have a barricade revolution with the system, all right? So you have to you boycott that and ensure a democratic transition, all right? Or the fraudulent system that you have in place decide to say they want to cancel the election, and that will be scandalous. That will be very, very it will gain some, and of course it will add more insult upon injury, that even if you cancel it, people will come out again. It will reinforce this defense mechanism in the hands of the say you want the cancel election, abi, we will keep proving to you that we don't want you, say we don't want you in that government, and they will be forced to leave. one way or the other. So I don't really think it is strategic for us to have this mentality of saying that they will not allow him to win, they will not allow Obi to win, they will not allow Shore to win. I think it is helping the Emiliokan people by saying that, because that way you are basically giving them a free pass that they can do and undo. But when in actual fact, they don't have power to do and undo, because the people can decide who becomes their next leader. That is it. If people go massively, that is what we have to really promote. We have to promote the idea of people's power. That power can, when people decide to go in a certain direction, nothing will stop them. Nothing, nothing in this world, in heaven, in earth, can stop them from voting for whoever they love, they want to make remain in office. Nothing will be able to stop them. That is the truth. And this is not just me pushing an agenda. It is the fact that if you have figured out that a particular regime has not helped you, has not favored you, the logical thing to do is to create, make use of opportunity to basically solve that problem by removing them and bringing up. And I have said it, I would prefer Mr. P2B. Oh, see, if people were to use that people's power, all right, I would have preferred it they use it for sure, all right, because that would even cut all of the time that I would rather waste, because I believe that whatever it is that if they give Mr. P2B that same support, he will most likely want to tilt towards working with his fellow politician. And working with his fellow politician will mean that we are still going to be stuck in this status quo. That means it is not going to be real progress, really. That is the reason why. But I would have loved to, if it means that was what would remove Mr. Bola Tinubu from office. I don't mind, because I even want our people to, with this what is it called, hyping that they have hyped the Obi presidency. I want to, you know, see what the hype is all about, really. And it's because from hindsight, me, I'm able to see that there's no way you want to solve a problem and you are working with those that caused the problem in the first place, and you think you can bring about a solution. But it seems as though this thing needs to happen for our people to really get the point. And if that is what is going to happen, let us allow it to happen. Let us allow Mr. Peter Obi to emerge as the president. He's a Nigerian. Why not? All right. And of course, it would have been able to prove beyond every reasonable doubt that we have been right all along. And of course, that will mean that people will now begin to say, okay, I think now is the time to support Ishore and give somebody else a chance. And of course, but what me I used to encourage is that people should not have this defeated mentality. All right. When something is failing, all right, it means that you have to keep trying new things until you get it right. That is how it is. You don't just throw your hands in the air and just surrender. That is a very terrible strategy. Say, it's not working. We have tried before. We don't want to try again. It's a very foolish way of behaving. You are in a Sahara desert. One vehicle don't lead you to where you are, and the vehicle just stopped. And you say, because you have tried everything, you are just going to. You have to keep trying until this vehicle will start working. That's what you do. Or you are in the middle of the Mediterranean Sea, and so all of a sudden your vehicle, your boat decide not to work. You are going to keep trying until you get a way out of that. That is how it is. But Nigerians they want us to believe that it makes sense, that they are surrendering and are saying that I am not going to participate in any election again. Nothing concern me, concern election. That is a very foolish, position in my own view, because that way you're not going to make any progress. If you are doubting, try Obi, support Obi massively, overwhelm the system. All right. And of course, if Obi fuck up, remove am, try another new person, and if Showore fuck up, remove am immediately. In fact, you don't even have to wait for 4 years. This whole calendarized 4 years cycle sef is a scam, really. It's a scam. So you remove the person, you force the person out of office to resign or bring about a new election immediately. In fact, in my own view, 2 years is enough to see indication that somebody is working. For us to see some level of indication that, yeah, this is a step in the right direction. People suppose they only feel the good governance in 2 years. And of course, they were able to decide whether or not they want the person to remain in office or kick the person or pressure the person to step down or get out of that place. So you Nigerians should have the mindset of keep trying until they get it right. And of course, from the intellectual community, though the so-called intellectual community that have this view that ah, Nigeria is irredeemable. There's nothing we can do about it. The people are so backward, and they are taking a back seat. They don't want to be part of what would basically facilitate the new Nigeria that they crave for. All right, yeah, no problem, Charlie, no problem. They don't want to be part of the new Nigeria that they are craving for, and they think it makes sense for them to take a back seat. Those are the people that me I even have issues with. I have personal beef with those kind of foolish people. You think that taking a back seat is strategic. Taking a back seat makes sense to you, and does not make sense really. It doesn't. It doesn't. If you think it makes sense, it doesn't. It doesn't really make sense. And of course, the topic of the day, to basically talk about people's insinuation that Mr. Shore is a CIA agent. I'll be doing some a little bit of reading. And what will I be reading? I would read from what I have here. What do I have there? Coming. I think my live stream at the other side needs Jesus. Let me see. Okay. Can it still come out right? Oh no, it is not still coming out right. Okay, I think this one is better. Let me just reduce it a little bit. I think it's better. So people can read alongside what I am reading too. Okay. So let me now begin to read. So what am I reading here? I'm reading allegations. All right. Examine the allegation against Omoyele Sowore. And what are the allegations really? Omoyele Sowore, the Nigerian activist, journalist, and founder of Sahara Reporters, has faced repeated accusation of being a CIA agent or recruits, particularly from critics like investigative journalists like David Udeyin. They claim often hinge on Sahara Reporters receiving grants from US-based foundations such as the Ford Foundation, MacArthur Foundation, and Omida Network, which some allege are fronts for US intelligence operation aimed at destabilizing African governments. However, a closer look at Shore's life, work, and the nature of these allegations reveals a lack of substantive evidence, logical inconsistencies, and pattern of baseless conspiracy theories, often used to discredit vocal government critics in Nigeria. Right, and you have number one, Shore's long-standing activism predates any alleged recruitment and contradicts CIA interest. Shore has been involved in this, whatever he's doing, activism, calling for a revolution. He has been doing that even before he received grants from any of these guys. But can we really make an argument that is a CIA front when he has been doing his thing even before he received any grants on behalf of the Sahara reporters? Right? It is very, very important to make this distinction. So I would want to come back to the discussion that we have been making, in terms of establishing, whether or not we are ready to make a decision in terms of who becomes the next leader. And I was making that case that the Nigerian intellectuals should basically have a rethink. It doesn't really make sense for anybody that claims to be intelligent to say that, well, because they have tried a couple of times, then they are not going to try again. They're not going to try new things again. It does not really make sense. You keep trying until you get it right. That is how you do. That is how intellectuals behave. All right. If people that are intellectuals, if they are giving up, all right, at the first try, at the second try, all of these fantastic, innovative, technologies that we experience today, we will not experience them. Let's not even lie. We are not going to experience them. There's no way. All right. So trying, I think the our best strategy going forward. Trying and trying again and again. All right. And of course, this moment now, as far as I'm concerned, the next people that we should try is Mr. P2B and Chore. That is the next people that I think we should try. And if you are to ask, if you are to give me a choice among these two, I would choose Shoshore. And it's just not based on any other thing. It's based on ideological principle. It's based on the fact that he has a very sterling track record of being consistent. And for me, the best predictor of the future is what you have done in the past. I have reservation about the consistency of Mr. Peter Obi. I have issues with him making a promise and not keeping it. Right. I have issues with the fact that he's a capitalist. One of the highest importer of goods into Nigeria, which are, of course, you not want to make any argument in terms of what the impact of that in the Nigerian economic space, right? So he has a issue of not being transparent enough to basically declare all his assets. It was after he left office that people now begin to say, yeah, he did not declare this one, which is actually true. All right, that is transparency issue. So all of these things is what but I think in the spirit of trying new things, I think Nigerians can try their luck with Mr. Peter Obi. I think, just quite honestly, if it were to try a luck and you want to test people's power, you test it on someone like Mr. Peter Obi. Let's